For Manchester United, the big test, with their first division lead slimmed down to 2 points, they now face Wolverhampton Wanderers, currently the most consistent side in the country, with 8 wins and 2 draws in their last 10 games. And United line up, of course, without George Best. The rest of the side is unchanged. David Sadler has recovered from his sore throat, so he'll be in the number 6 shirt. And into Best's place comes Sammy McIlroy, the Belfast teenager who made a sensational debut against Manchester City in November. A big chance again for him. Wolves are predictably unchanged. Their lineup is the same that has seen them through their last 10 unbeaten games, with Dugan the scorer of 20 goals, the spearhead, and locking things up at the back, Francis Monroe, signed from Aberdeen for £60,000. He played his first game for Wolves 4 years ago this week against Everton. Harold Davey from Nottingham, our referee for this afternoon, checks his watches, checks his linesman, and away we go with Manchester United in the white shorts, kicking from right to left. McIlroy for kick. Edwards. And Monroe back to his goalkeeper, Phil Parks. Parks took over from John Oldfield 16 months ago and hasn't missed a game since. Willie Morgan losing out to Dugan. And Dugan trying to use his speed to get round Edwards, but Sadler clearing up. Again Sadler, and again charged down by Wagstaff. Law slipping it for Morgan. McIlroy going up ahead of him. Law inside here, and now McIlroy. Morgan. Gowling is there in the middle. Kidd's head. And Wolves really reeling there as United turned it on. Richards hasn't got it away. Good shot by Morgan. Goalkeeper Phil Parks. Dunn's header, cut out by McCalliog. Wagstaff. This boy really can shift. And that's a good cross. No offside. Picked off the line by Sadler. Wagstaff's cross again for McCalliog. Cleared by Gowling, but Wagstaff causing terrible trouble down the left. Dennis Law made that decision before the referee could get his whistle to his lips. Charlton to Kidd. Mishit. Short of Wagstaff, and Wagstaff on to Parkin. Dugan winning it in the air. Sadler there for United, and it's still not clear. That was Edwards and Dunn together, and McCalliog has seized on the ball. Pulled it right across for Hibbett. Dugan's head! Gareth Dugan's 21st goal of the season, that was always on from the time it was pulled back here to Hibbett, and he crosses now with Dugan waiting and no chance for Stepney. It all began with that collision between Edwards and Dunn that left United 2 men short at the back. And United now 1 down, 21 minutes gone, and Wagstaff away again. Parkin. Richards. Charlton. Parkin. Edwards. Intercepted by Parkin. And Edwards is lost again as Parkin attacks and Dugan can't quite make it. And Tony Dunn is down feeling his leg. Hughes. McElroy against Parkin, and he got a free kick out of it because Parkin was pushing him off before the ball was anywhere near playing distance. Now this might be a Bobby Charlton special. The wall forming up just on the edge of the area. McElroy going into it on the end of it there, and Charlton let go. Bailey picking up the loose ball. Burns in two minds. Dugan with Sadler to beat. Only one other man in support. And he almost sneaked it past Stepney. Francis Monroe with the free kick. Dugan, a lovely glancing header, and Richards! Once again, Dugan's head causes the trouble. There's the free kick from Monroe. Watch for Dugan's head. Their first goals in a league game at Old Trafford in 6 visits. Now heading for their first victory here in the league for 10 seasons. It will certainly take something remarkable from United in the last hour to stop them. A corner for United. Charlton. Good header by Kidd. Just got a little too much under it. Referee adding on nothing at all. We had no stoppages in a fine first half of really superb football in which Wolves came out and absolutely charged at Manchester United, pinned them back against their own posts, and in the end the goals just had to come. The first of them from Dugan and the second from Richards. A lot of hard thinking for Manchester United to do in the next 10 minutes. So we begin again with a scoreline which will bring particular pleasure to Bill McGarry, the Wolves manager, who came here in his first match as manager of Wolves and saw his side beaten by 2-0. So now the table's completely turned, and a lot for Manchester United to do in this second half. Charlton. Header by McCall. Law coming in. Morgan. McElroy. And Morgan again. Too high for Kidd. It really is the most incredible atmosphere here this afternoon. Foul by Charlton. And immediately Hughie Curran starts limbering up on the touchline while Dugan gets treatment there. Big round of applause for Dugan. Curran, his boots past the chest. Charlton. Monroe, good header, but Gowling seizing on it. Come out to Morgan. And Morgan a good cross. Charlton. There's a Wolves player down injured on the edge of the box. Bailey bringing the ball away. Richards. Curran in the middle. Pulled back for Shaw. That was a very intelligent ball. Offside against McCalliog. Well, Hibbert is clearly in no condition to play on at the moment. Well, a really dramatic blow for Wolves. In the space of 3 minutes, 2 players carried off the field, and they're now down to 10 men. Already used their substitute in Curran. In comes Curran to make a tremendous challenge on Tony Dunn. And Morgan goes into Curran's back. Crowd booing, Dunn down holding his knee. Willie Morgan coming back. Kidd. Charlton. Law in the middle here. Touch for McElroy. Law! No, he couldn't make it. The best chance that United have yet had. And McElroy struck it against the goalkeeper's legs. Wagstaff for Wolves. Hibbett. Now back on the field. And apparently okay. I didn't see him come back, but looking as though he's fairly comfortable. Wagstaff. Parkin. Bailey. And Parkin again. Law. Back to Stepney. Parkin. Bailey. Wagstaff and Shaw. Missing out Curran, missing out Hibbett rather, giving it to Bailey. Curran and Richards! Well, he won't see many better saves than that this season. Alex Stepney responding supremely to that shot. Wagstaff will take the free kick. Wolves have extended this Manchester United defence to the very limits of its ability. Parkin. McCalliog shot and it only just whistled wide. Edwards didn't make the header, but Sadler covering. Good work by Burns. McCalliog, Hibbett, Richards is free. Pulled it across, and Curran couldn't quite make it, but it's a penalty. Curran tripped as he went for it. Tony Dunn furious at the decision. Jim McCalliog will take the penalty. Scored from 2 previously this season. The crowd incensed by the decision, but no trouble. So for the second week in succession, Manchester United find themselves 3-0 down. Morgan, Burns and Morgan again, Charlton at his side. Morgan still going, Sartori taking over and just running into trouble. Just too many men there for him. Richards trying to run through people and not succeeding. Charlton a good ball for McElroy. McElroy's made himself some space and he's got a great goal! There's a pedigree about this boy's movements that give you the greatest hope for the future. Just watch him take this and turn. And now the right foot shot. Bang! Morgan. Richards beavering away. He has had such a good game, this young lad. Morgan. McElroy. Needs a cross now. There it goes, nodded away. Sartori couldn't get it because McCalliog beat him to it. And taken up again for Wolves with Wagstaff calling for it out on the left. Just Curran in the box for Wolves. And that is the end. 2.5 minutes added on by Mr. Davey. And Manchester United are beaten again. Wolves win a league game at Old Trafford for the first time in 10 seasons, with goals in the 20th minute by Dugan, in the 30th by Richards, and a penalty from McCalliog in the 75th, before Sammy McIlroy replied for Manchester United in the 86th minute.